the next 100 days, I'll be surviving in hardcore Minecraft as the Transformer Drillman. Using my powers of transformation, I'll shift between powerful forms to take down Skibidi threats until I reach my ultimate evolution. Will I be able to stop the Sinister Clockman and his zombie ally from taking over the world, or will I be buried under the pressure? It was time to find out, as I spawned in as a Drillman tank. I was in the middle of Drillman Town doing some late night demolitioning when suddenly the Sinister Clockman emerged from the sky before me.
This multiverse will soon be mine, and not even you will be able to stop me.
Me? But I'm just a little Drillman tank. Just as I was about to be crushed, the Titan Clockman flew onto the scene, confronting the villain before I was killed.
Leave the Chosen One alone!
Chosen One?
Feeble Titan, prepare to fall.
I watched the two Titans clash in an epic battle. It was clock versus clock, and it was anyone's game. The Sinister Clockman seemed to have the edge, but suddenly the Titan Clockman got the upper hand with his arm cannon attack, leaving the Sinister Clockman on the ropes.
Any last words?
You're a fool. You haven't seen the true strength of my power.
Without warning, the Sinister Clockman used his power to summon the future zombie Clockman from out of the ground.
Time's up, Titan.
I watched as the future zombie Clockman struck the Titan Clockman with a killing blow. The Sinister Clockman had learned to conjure the power of the undead. No!
After him, my weapon.
The zombie then turned his sights onto me, forcing me to run for my life. On day 2, I ran away and used my drill powers to burrow into the ground in an attempt to escape the future zombie Clockman. However, I didn't get to run long before a portal tore open behind me, shooting projectiles in my direction.
You fool. I work with the Sinister Clockman. There's no escaping me.
I got hit with a projectile from one of the portals, showing me just how powerful he really was. There was no defeating him in my current state. I have to move faster. I tried to dig another escape route, but portals were waiting for me at each point I popped out from. I continued to change directions until I found myself cornered at a cavern made of bedrock. There's nowhere to run! Just then, I spotted a mysterious golden relic. With nowhere else to go, I grabbed it, causing energy to surge through my body. My tank form shifted into one of massive power. I now stood on 2 legs, gained 10 more hearts, and new incredible powers. With my new boost in energy, I dug my way back to the surface, but the future zombie Clockman was waiting for me.
You think that magic trick will stop me?
I braced myself for battle as the future zombie Clockman came in to attack me. On day 3, I was fighting against the future zombie Clockman threat with my new Transformer form. He tried to overwhelm me with his zombie attacks, but I managed to catch him off guard with some new abilities of my own.
Not bad, but those measly powers of yours won't be enough to stop me. This world will be mine!
With these new powers, I think I have a pretty good chance of taking you down. He came in, hitting me several times until I was backed into a nearby crane. With a swift zombie attack, he dropped almost all of my hearts down to nothing. Okay, maybe not. I'll need to master this new form to take this guy down. The future zombie Clockman began his approach towards me, knowing I was in bad shape.
What's wrong, Drillman? I thought you had a good chance of winning this battle. Is that not the case?
Just as I was about to be killed, a heavy object from the crane above suddenly released and fell onto the zombie, knocking him out. What the? A little Drillman then stepped out from behind the crane and ran towards me. The Alliance had arrived to help.
Come with me before it's too late.
I quickly followed my new ally out of the area as the zombie started to wake up from his daze.
This isn't the end of me. I'll hunt you down and tear you apart.
On days 4 through 7, I took cover in another area where I found a group of drillmen waiting for me by a campfire.
He's real! The Transformer Drillman is here to save us!
What are you talking about?
You, of course. Legend has it that the Chosen One will be able to interact with the golden drill relics. With their powers, he will be able to change his own physical form and strike down evil for good. This drillman has to be you.
I see. So that's what that relic was. If that's the case, then I'll help all of you. Together, the Alliance will win this war. Suddenly, the ground shook around us as it was invaded by a terrifying Skibidi nemesis.
You Drillmen are no match for the Skibidi Empire. each and every one of you will fall.
Drillman, quickly, to the cave system!
The Drillman then ran off towards a nearby cave to hide from the Skibidi threat.
Don't run, little ones. Your deaths will be swift.
Not while I'm here to defend them. Determined to save my allies, I clashed with the Skibidi, ready to show him everything I had. He tried to level me with powerful Skibidi attacks, but thanks to my new form, my powers were strong enough to pierce through his metal armor.
You Drillmen won't defeat me that easily.
Thinking quickly, I dug underground, avoiding his next powerful beam attack.
Come out and face me, coward.
All right, you asked for it. I dug right underneath the Skibidi's feet and emerged from the ground with a powerful strike. While he was weak, I struck down the toilet threat, causing him to drop a note in his wake. I then picked it up to see what was inside. Travel to these coordinates and complete your attack on the Clockmen. Without their Titan, they won't stand a chance. The Clockmen are in trouble! I have to help them! I set off towards the coordinates the note had shown before it was too late. On days 8 through 10, I arrived outside the Clockmen's base, but to my surprise, I found the Skibidis caught up in fighting the Sinister Clock forces. Within the base stood a cage where my Clock allies were captured. This could be my chance to save my allies. I better lay low. I used my burrowing abilities to dig into the ground, passing beneath the battlefield. Unfortunately, my drill head caused the ground to rumble, disturbing the fight above.
Does anybody feel that?
Feel what? Is this some kind of trick? You toilets will never win! Wait, I do feel something!
The ground is shaking! It's
An earthquake!
The Skibidi and Sinister Clock forces began to scramble as I made my way inside. As I dug up, I spotted another Transformer, but I couldn't quite make it out. Make sure to watch the whole video and see if you can find all the Transformers. I then turned to the captured Clockmen and used my drill arm to shred into the metal bars holding them captive. Let's move! We escaped into a nearby forest for cover and laid low to get our bearings.
Thank goodness you're here. The Clockwoman was taken somewhere separate from the rest of us during the attack. We need to save her.
Leave it to me. You guys get out of here and find cover. I promise nothing will happen to her. The Clockmen then left the area, but I then turned to see a sinister guard approaching me.
Maybe you should have left when you had the chance.
The sinister guard then ambushed me and I defended myself at all costs. On days 11 through 14, I was locked in combat with the powerful sinister enemy. I tried to take him down with my Drillman attacks, but he was a tough opponent, using dark energy attacks of his own to overpower me.
I figured the Transformer Drillman would put up more of a fight. Don't make this easy on me.
I'm just warming up. Take this! I managed to even the playing field with a laser attack, but I wasn't prepared for what else he had up his sleeve.
I think it's time we met my friends.
The sinister guard tore open a portal, sucking me into it. No! I traveled through the portal, unsure of where I was heading, until I appeared in another location, standing inside of a graveyard. What the? Why would he bring me here? Just then, two large future zombie Clockman forces crawled out of the ground and looked in my direction. Great! More zombified Clockmen. One of the zombies roared and ran towards me and began to attack as the second one waited its turn. Ugh, get off of me! When I managed to get the first zombie off of me, the second one landed a hit on me from behind. They then both rushed me with their deadly attacks, and I fended them off as much as I could. Leave me alone! Out of options, I transformed into a tank and ran through them in an attempt to escape. But unfortunately, I ran over a grave that was unstable. The ground under me then collapsed, and I fell into the underground, unsure of where I would end up next. On days 15 through 17, I landed in an underground area trapped in a giant cage. Standing next to me was the Clockwoman. There you are, Clockwoman! I was told by the Alliance to come save you.
How's that going? Now you're trapped in here with me.
Oh, come on. Surely there's a way out of here.
Don't get too excited. They're going to dispose of both of us. Look.
Suddenly, beneath the cage began to be filled with lava. Oh man, we're cooked if we don't move. Stand back, Clockwoman. We're getting out of here. I quickly transformed into my tank form and smashed through the cage with my drill face, freeing the Clockwoman and I. Suddenly, alarms began to blare and lava began to flow out of the nearby pipes. Come on, we gotta keep moving.
Good work, Drillman. I'm right behind you.
The two of us ran for our lives as as lava poured down from everywhere. We dodged and weaved the fiery pouring lava until we ended up getting stuck by a pool of lava blocking the exit.
We're doomed! We can't make it through that!
We have no choice. Hop on!
What?
Hop on my back! I'll carry you through! Hurry! Clockwoman did as I said, and then hopped on my tank form so I could barrel through the lava, taking loads of damage as I did.
We're going to make it! Keep going!
Luckily, we were able to make it through the lava and eventually back up to the surface thanks to my incredible Drillman powers.
Good thinking, Drillman! I really thought I was a goner there. I'm truly in your debt.
Well, speaking of debts, I'm pretty low on health, Clockwoman. You got anything that can heal me up?
Of course. Here.
She then dropped me a golden apple that healed up all of my health when I ate it.
I was saving that for when worse got to worse, but it looks like you need it more than I do.
Thank you for that. I'm looking for the golden drill relics to increase my Titan strength and defeat the future zombie Clockman.
Drill relics, huh? I think I can help you with that. Come with me before they realize we're gone.
I listened to the Clockwoman and followed behind her as she led me to a new location. On days 18 through 21, we arrived in another area where another golden drill relic was waiting for me. That's it! How did you know where to find it?
This is why they took me from the others and locked me up. Now grab it before it's too late.
Before I had a chance to act, the Sinister Guard dropped down in front of us.
Surprise!
He unleashed his sinister attack, but thanks to the Clockwoman's time powers, she rewound time, saving me from a swift death. Whoa, thanks Clockwoman! Time to end this! Determined to win, I clashed with the guard. Once again, we were neck and neck, but I refused to give up now. In a desperate attempt to kill me, the guard unloaded a barrage of sinister attacks onto me. Luckily, I dodged most of them, but he wasn't giving up. I'll need to go underground if I want a chance at winning. I used my drill powers to drill around the Sinister Guard, catching him by surprise.
What the?
While he searched for my whereabouts, I popped out of the ground and claimed the relic for myself. Suddenly, my drill transformed into one made of brilliant gold. I gained 5 hearts and new powers. Armed with my new abilities, I went in for another attack and hit him with a golden drill explosion. The explosion launched him into a nearby pool of lava, melting him down and defeating him for good.
Good work, Transformer Drillman. Now let's move before reinforcements arrive.
The Clockwoman and I set off back towards our allies before more trouble could catch up to us. On days 22 through 25, I reunited with my allies to fight both the Drillmen and Clockmen waiting for me. Good to see you're all okay, but our work is just getting started.
You're right. I actually found this while I was held captive.
She suddenly threw a map in my direction.
This leads to an SOS signal from the TV man, but we can't reach it without someone who can dig.
How do we know this map is accurate? Where did you retrieve it from?
Don't you worry about where I get my intel from. I can assure you that this is accurate information. Do you doubt my credibility?
No, of course not. But I can't risk wasting my time on some dead-end leads. Every second counts towards stopping the Sinister Clockman.
Fine. If you want to know how it all went down, I'll tell you. It all started a few days ago. I spoke to my informant, who spoke to their informant, who spoke to their informant, who, you guessed it, spoke to their informant, who happens to be a top spy in the Sinister Clockman's army. He is the one who handed us the map.
I see. And how are we so sure we can trust this Sinister Clockman guard?
We don't have time for this! Follow the map and find out for yourself.
I suppose you're right. Well, good thing I'm a drill man. I followed the map towards the location until I arrived at a large valley. I walked through the valley where I found the future zombie Clockman fighting with the Titan TV man. He landed a powerful zombie beam attack, leaving the Titan TV on the ropes. I ran in to try and intervene, but the future zombie Clockman was one step ahead. He infected the Titan TV man, causing him to transform into a zombie himself.
You belong to me and the Sinister Clockman now.
He suddenly portaled away, leaving me to deal with the zombie TV man. The zombie TV turned towards me and ran in for an attack. On days 26 through 28, I was in a heated battle with the zombie TV man. He used his screaming TV face attack onto me, pushing me back, while I continued to fight with all the Drillman powers I had. His new zombified state made him even tougher, but I managed to endure each of his hits. Come on, Titan TV man, snap out of it! He charged at me once again, but I launched my new power at him to keep my distance. It did some good damage, but I didn't want to kill him. Sorry, this is for your own good. Thinking quickly, I used my powers to dig into the ground and create a giant hole. I then popped out of the ground and pushed the TV man into the hole to trap him inside. He tried to break out, but luckily in his zombified state, he forgot he had a jetpack. I had successfully caught him.
It's no use. whether I'm trapped in here or not. The Sinister Clockman has big plans for this world.
What do you mean? Spill the details, you monster!
And why would I do that? You've taken away my freedom, and so I take away your attention. I'm wasting your time as we speak.
This is bad. I need to get help from the others. You're coming with me. I sent another explosive projectile at him, knocking him out and giving me the opportunity to bring him to my allies. After a bit of time, I set up the zombie TV man in a cage next to my allied forces.
What are you thinking? Bringing this threat over to us?
Look, if we want to win this war, we're gonna need all the help we can get. Just then, the zombie TV man awoke and began to laugh at us.
I didn't think you would stoop so low as to try and cure me. Pathetic.
As much as I hate you in this current form, I think you'd be a great asset to my team.
You can try all you want. I will resist anything you throw at me. Soon enough, the Sinister Clockman will find me and rescue me.
He's right. If we don't hurry, soon enough the Sinister Clockman will make his way to us.
This isn't good. We need to find a way to cure him before he's stuck like this forever.
But how? I don't know any cures for this.
I've been working on an experimental potion, but I need someone to get the ingredients. You must hurry. He doesn't have much time.
Experimental? What if it worsens his condition?
Seems to me like we don't have a choice. So, what's it gonna be? Die to the hands of the Sinister Clockman or potentially cure a powerful ally?
Leave it to me. I'll find that cure. Clockwoman dropped the list and I grabbed it to then set off on my journey. On days 29 through 32, I was following my list from the Clockwoman in a quest to search for the cure ingredients. Alright, looks like the first thing I need is a singularity stone. I then transformed to utilize my tank form and began digging into the ground in search of the rare material. After a bit of excavating, I managed to find it in a pocket within the ground and spotted the stone inside. I snagged the singularity stone ingredient, but when I did, the area began to tremble. It was getting ready to collapse. I have to move, now! I burrowed my way out of the danger and back to the surface before the walls crumbled around me. One down, two more to go. Next I need to get a charged quartz crystal. Maybe it's in the area I'm in now. I looked around and realized I was in a junkyard. Surely that ingredient would be somewhere around here. I scoured the area in my tank form, drilling through piles of junk to find the next ingredient. Eventually, I found a large pile of blue quartz blocks within the junkyard. It's gotta be in here. I then plowed through it, and lucky for me, a charged quartz crystal popped out. Just one more ingredient to go. Where can I find an antimatter pellet? That doesn't sound like something regularly available. Suddenly, a voice was heard nearby, directing me to follow it.
Over here, come this way.
I followed the voice to find the TV woman inside one of the buildings within the junkyard.
Get in here, now!
Without a second thought, I ducked into cover as the future zombie Clockman walked by us. Ew, this place stinks. What are you doing hiding in a junkyard?
Hey now, this place just saved our behinds from getting caught by the future zombie Clockman. And anyways, one man's trash is another woman's treasure.
Yeah, I suppose so. I can kinda see the charm now. Just then, the future zombie Clockman screamed out in anger.
I know someone is hiding around here. Show yourself, coward!
In his anger, he began smashing any structure around him, hoping we would get revealed.
I won't stop until I find you!
He continued to patrol the area as we stayed hidden in our trash pile. On days 33 through 35, the TV woman and I continued hiding from the impending threat of the future zombie Clockman. So anyways, what are you doing here?
Hiding, obviously. That monster infected the other TVs. I'm the last survivor.
I'm trying to make a cure. Do you think you can help me find the last ingredient? It's an antimatter pellet.
It's right over there, but that future zombie Clockman's in the way.
I looked and realized that TV woman was right. I was gonna have to stealth if I wanted to get it. Lay low, I've got this. I burrowed into the ground, trying to avoid the future zombie Clockman. However, as I passed him, he stopped in his tracks.
Are those tremors under the ground?
He suddenly began blasting the floor, forcing me to pop back out into another spot of cover. Looks like I can't dig forever. He'll find me. I stealthed from cover to cover instead, until I finally got past the future zombie Clockman for good. Finally, I reached the final ingredient that I needed for the cure. I was walking towards it, but suddenly, zombie TV men began to emerge from the ground to stop me. On days 36 through 39, the zombie TV men approached me and began to attack. No, stop! I don't want to hurt you! They came after me with their zombified attacks, overwhelming me greatly. I was able to overpower them, but I couldn't do much damage or I'd kill them. How am I supposed to capture all of you? This is impossible!
Incoming!
Suddenly, the TV woman's head flew in, unleashing her screen attack onto the zombies. She gathered them up into a group, giving me an opportunity. Now's my chance. I ran in and stomped the ground to create a hole to trap the TV zombies in. Let's get these guys back to the others before it's too late. We regrouped back with the rest of the zombie TVs with the Titan. I handed the ingredients to the clock woman.
Time to get to work.
She used her brewing skills to fuse the ingredients together, making a cure. Once finished, she then used the cure on the TVs, and sure enough, they returned back to normal. That's amazing! It worked!
There's still a little bit left. It's a theory, but maybe if I used it on you as well, it could give you an edge in battle with the future zombie Clockman.
It's worth a shot. Clockwoman tossed the antidote onto me, and I suddenly started to feel dizzy. I was entering into a vision. On days 40 through 43, I was in a dream realm with multiple different portals scattered around me. What is this place? Are these my memories? I looked within one of the portals and saw my past self. There's nowhere to run! Just then, I spotted a mysterious golden relic. With nowhere else to go, I grabbed it, causing energy to surge through my body. My tank form shifted into one of massive power. I now stood on 2 legs, gained 10 more hearts, and new incredible powers. What was that trying to tell me? Am I looking for something? I turned and walked over to another portal until I saw myself back on days 4 through 7. I see. So that's what that relic was. If that's the case, then I'll help all of you. Together, the Alliance will win this war! Suddenly, the ground shook around us as it was invaded by a terrifying Skibidi nemesis.
You Drillmen are no match for the Skibidi Empire. Each and every one of you will fall.
Drillman, quickly, to the cave system!
The Drillman then ran off towards a nearby cave to hide from the Skibidi threat. Wait, I remember that passage. That must be where the next relic is. I decided to look through one more portal. I gazed into it and saw visions of a super form where my body was completely gold. I snapped back to reality, where my allies were surrounding me.
Are you okay?
I think so. There was something I missed, and I think it could give me the edge in combat.
Speaking of giving you an edge, take this.
She then dropped an RC remote that I quickly picked up. I don't understand. What is this for?
My team cooked this up. You can now spawn explosive RC drill tanks that you can drive around and into your enemies. Give it a try.
I then used my new toy and spawned a small RC tank. I drove it around and into a wall, blowing it up.
There's also cameras attached to it, so if you need to fit into a tight spot for some reconnaissance, you're ready to go.
Wow, very cool. Thanks, Clockwoman. Unfortunately, my joy was cut short as the ground shook around us and I realized the future zombie Clockman was nearby. You all stay here and protect our hideout. I'm gonna look into this. I set off before it was too late. On days 44 through 46, I arrived at the location I had seen in my vision and soon found the passage. There it is! I made my way through the passage. Once I made it to the other side, I found a huge Drillman altar. This has to be linked to my destiny. I better take a closer look. I began to navigate through the altar room, observing the strange patterns on the walls. Soon, I came across what seemed to be a huge door. I tried opening it, but it was sealed tight. Maybe I need some more power. I tried lasering through the door, but it hardly left a scratch. Just as I thought it was hopeless, I noticed a sign beside the door. To pass into the altar, you cannot falter. What's that supposed to mean? Maybe I can dig under the door? I tried burrowing beneath the door, but as I dug down, I tumbled into a huge cavern. The cavern was filled with lava, and across the lava stood a switch. That must be my way into the altar, but there's no way through. How am I supposed to reach that? Just then, I remembered what the sign said. To pass into the altar, you cannot falter. This gave me an idea, but it was incredibly risky. Here goes nothing. I won't falter. I jumped through the lava and was surprised to find an invisible platform was preventing me from being melted. I carefully walked across the platform of faith towards the other side. As I traversed across the lava, I noticed a small creature try to jump to a platform, but it fell into the lava. Did you see that? Make sure to rewatch the video at 0.25 speed and let me know if you saw that thing's epic fail. I finally made it across the lava and flipped the switch. Before I knew it, I was teleported away. I found myself back at the door from before, and it was opened. I emerged into the altar chamber and spotted a golden upgrade. I ran forward and grabbed it. Immediately, I felt myself strengthening, gaining 5 hearts and new powers. This could be just what I needed to take on the future zombie Clockman. Suddenly, the wall exploded, and the future zombie Clockman stepped through.
Looks like I finally found you.
On days 47 through 50, I was clashing with the mighty future zombie Clockman. He unleashed a series of powerful scythe attacks at me, dealing massive damage. I fought back with my drill attacks, and was surprised to see I was dealing huge damage. Unfortunately, the Clockman wasn't gonna go down that easily, and he struck me with a powerful zombie beam.
You won't foil our plans any longer. You will surrender to me.
The future zombie Clockman rushed in for a killing blow, but I dodged out of the way and he slammed into the wall. While he was dazed from that hit, I took the opportunity to throw down my new explosive RC tank upgrade. Let's take this thing for a test drive. I took control of it and drove it right into the Clockman, blowing him up and doing massive damage.
How dare you! You're fighting dirty now!
It's over, future zombie Clockman. Take this! I used my golden laser power to hit him, returning him to the earth. I've done it! I've finally done it!
Not bad, but your little upgrade isn't enough!
The future zombie Clockman re-emerged from the ground even bigger than before. What? But I killed you!
You can't kill something that's already dead!
The newly empowered Clockman struck me with an empowered zombie beam, knocking me out. On days 51 through 54, I woke up trapped in a cage where the Sinister Clockman himself was standing before me.
Looks like the Destined One is finally awake.
You? I'll kill you! I began using my Drillman strength to try and smash through the cage, but nothing was working. Ugh! Let me go!
Why would I do that? You've caused me so much trouble as it is.
Why are you even doing all of this? The world belongs to all of us!
Why? I'll show you why.
He then possessed my mind, sending me into a vision.
I was born from darkness with a never-ending desire for more power. I've been through countless obstacles, fought countless battles, all in the name of growth. My pathetic small body turned to one of great power. The Alliance thought that they had gotten rid of me at some point, but I never stopped fighting. I worked right under their noses, creating the ultimate weapon. I've returned with the future zombie Clockman, and now with our combined power, I will take this world for myself once and for all.
You won't get away with this!
Ha! Where you're headed, I already have. So long, Transformer Drillman.
He then opened a portal in my cage, sucking me into an unknown realm. On days 55 through 57, I appeared in a strange new shadowy realm. What is this place? I explored the area, but I couldn't see a way out. I was starting to feel my energy being drained. This place, it's slowly killing me. I need to get out of here. As I ran, I suddenly turned to find the guitar speaker man standing before me.
Looks like the Transformer Drillman was also caught up in the Sinister Clockman's power. We need your help. Follow me.
He then flew off and I followed, as he took me to a campsite where all the other speakermen were gathered around. There, I saw a portal, but it wasn't activated. Is this the way home?
That's right. But it can only be activated by the golden drill relic sealed away in this realm.
If it's a relic you're after, then leave it to me. I then used my powers to dig into the ground and began my search for the relic. As I burrowed, I thought I spotted another Transformer, but with my low stamina, I was forced to keep moving. Rewatch the video at 0.25 speed and see if you can find the secret. Finally, after more digging, I arrived in a cave where the relic was standing before me. Nice. That didn't take long at all. Just as I was about to grab it, a creature dropped in, eating it whole. Looks like things just got more complicated. Suddenly, the creature ran in for an attack. On days 58 through 61, I was in a heated battle clashing with a monstrous creature. It used a powerful bite and stomp attacks on me, knocking me back. You're not stopping me from getting this relic! I ran back in and shot my drill projectile at him, but they were too fast and kept avoiding my attacks. I need to get a clean hit! I then transformed into my tank form and surprised the creature with a drill laser blast attack. The creature was heavily stunned and spat out the relic, allowing me to grab it. When I did, I suddenly transformed, causing my armor to turn even more gold. I had gained 5 hearts and new powers. Now you'll have a taste of my real power. I used my new abilities to strike down the creature for good. With the creature out of the way, I began making my way out of the cave until it started trembling. What the? Rubble began falling from the top of the cave, and I realized that the dimension was collapsing. I'm out of time. I need to get back to the Speakerman camp now. I burrowed out of the cave and ran back to my Speakerman allies.
Did you find the relic? This world is collapsing.
I did. Now, everyone move! I then used the relic on the portal, powering it on and giving us a chance to escape.
The Transformer Drillman has done it. Quickly, everyone through the portal.
We ran through the portal, escaping the dimension before it was completely collapsed around us. On days 62 through 64, I reappeared into the real world, along with my Speakerman allies. The Drillmen, TV Men, and Clockman were standing there waiting for me.
You're okay! And you brought the Speakerman with you!
We do have a lot of allies, but it'll take more than that to stop the Chosen One. I explained my encounter with the future zombie Clockman. I told them about the upgrade I found and how not even that could take him down. They were in shock as I finally informed them about his resurrection powers.
If he can come back from the dead, you have to find a way to finish him for good. It's not going to be easy though. The Skibidis are the only ones with the knowledge on how to kill the dead. I don't think they're going to help us out.
Then we'll just have to take their knowledge by force. With my new goal in mind, I set off on this new mission to find more information from the Skibidis. I traveled through the city, looking for the whereabouts of any Skibidi toilets. Soon, I spotted a small toilet wandering around alone. There's my ticket to get into the Skibidi base. I began to follow the Skibidi toilet, being careful not to be spotted. Sure enough, the toilet led me right to a secret base. He walked into the base and the door slammed shut behind it. My best bet is to use the RC tank power that the Clockwoman gave me to get inside. I then threw down a tiny RC tank and drove up to the door the Skibidi went into. Huh? The door is locked. I just need to crack this code.
Password needed.
I then realized the door was voice activated, and there was only a few options I could think of that could work. Skibidi?
You said Skibidi. That password is incorrect. 2 attempts remaining.
What? Oh, come on!
You said, oh, come on. That password is incorrect. 1 attempt remaining.
With only 1 attempt left to get inside, I was running out of options. Well, if it's not Skibidi, then it has to be toilet?
Password correct. Welcome and have a Skibidi day.
Luckily for me, I said the correct word and the passage opened up. I slipped inside undetected. As I continued forward, I found the base was crawling with toilet threats. I needed to lay low. Looks like this just turned into a stealth mission. On days 65 through 67, I began stealthing as an RC tank through the Skibidi base, trying my best to stay out of sight of the Skibidi toilets. I went from cover to cover until I was stopped by a group of Skibidis. Digging time it is! I used the RC's drill powers to burrow underneath the threats, being careful not to make too much noise. I broke out on the other side, and soon enough I found a vault, but it was being guarded by a Skibidi toilet. I could just rush in and blow him up with my RC tank, but then I won't have any more eyes on the inside. Maybe I can just burrow into there. I thought quickly and burrowed into the ground once more to go into the vault, but it was lined with bedrock. The little RC wouldn't be strong enough to break through it. Looks like I'm switching to plan B. I used my powers to weaken the ground under the guard, causing him to fall into a pitfall and killing him. Huh, he was weaker than I thought. I then moved to the vault door and found a nearby lever to open it up. Luckily, I was able to get inside. When I did, I found a mysterious book sitting on a pedestal. The Tome of Forbidden Spells. This must be what I'm looking for. I read through the spells, but I mistakenly said one out loud. Rise from your sleep. It is time that you finally reap. Suddenly, the ground shook around me as an undead Skibidi was resurrected. Uh-oh! The undead Skibidi used its wither power onto my RC tank, destroying it instantly. I then returned to my body outside of the base as their alarms began to blare. Looks like I woke up a nasty monster! On days 68 through 72, the undead Skibidi toilet phased through the Skibidi base and came charging towards me. It used its powerful wither attacks on me, dealing massive damage. But I wasn't gonna go down that easily. Each time I got hit back by their wither skull attacks, I charged back in and shot my laser drill, sending them back as well. Stand down, you ghoul! The Skibidi threat ignored my pleas and continued to fire down more skull projectiles. I dodged the best I could to take the least amount of damage possible. I continued to fight back with my own drill attacks. I was doing decent damage, but the Skibidi was a tough foe. Eventually, I started to gain the upper hand. I won't fall here! I used a drill beam to knock the undead monster back once more, disorienting it. Back to the underworld with you! Taking advantage of its confusion, I blasted it, killing it for good. The undead toilet had dropped a piece of paper on the ground. It looked like it belonged in the cursed book I found earlier. Wait, this could be the answer I needed. I put the page back in the book and began to read. To send the dead back into the cold, you must find the relics forged in gold. Wait, golden relics? It must mean the Drillman relics I've been collecting. With all of their powers combined, I'll be able to defeat the future zombie Clockman. Suddenly, a high-level electric Skibidi toilet dropped down into the area.
Intruder! What have you done?
Just then, a smaller Skibidi approached the electric Skibidi.
Sir, that Transformer Drillman infiltrated our base and released the Undead Skibidi.
Undead Skibidi?
Yeah, sorry, I woke your undead ally and killed him. My bad.
How did he get inside the vault? Weren't you guarding it?
No, sir, I was on my lunch break. Must have been a new guy or something.
You're useless! Die!
The electric Skibidi then used his overwhelming strength to strike down his own ally. It then turned to face me.
This is your doing, Drillman! Prepare to meet your end!
It attacked me, and I was left completely vulnerable. On days 73 through 75, I was struck hard by the electric Skibidi, shocking my whole body. Just as I was about to be struck down, the Skulk Titan burrowed out of the ground, protecting me from the attack.
Back down, toilet scum!
The Skulk Titan ran in to back me up, using his sonic boom powers to weaken the electric Skibidi. The enemy tried to fight back, but my new ally had him on the ropes. He used a drill power similar to mine and dug into the ground to then strike down the toilet from below, killing it once and for all.
Good riddance. Hey there, Transformer Drillman. So, the legends are true, it seems.
Whoa, a Skulk Titan? Suddenly, alarms started blaring around us.
Looks like more trouble's on its way. We have to get out of here before reinforcements show up.
Together, we used our Drillman powers to burrow into the ground to escape the Skibidi base. But when we came out on the other side in a new area, portals opened all around us. What's happening?
The end of the world! The Sinister Clockman's plans are getting closer to completion.
Skulk Titan and I navigated the overworld, avoiding incoming portals that tried to suck us up. As I was running, I spotted another Transformer, but I couldn't slow down to take a better look. Rewatch the video at 0.25 speed and see if you can find the secret. Suddenly, a wall of portals blocked our path. We had nowhere to run.
Let's keep digging. These portals aren't going to stop if we stick around here.
We'll be digging blind though. You know how to get out of here?
I'll try to use my echolocation to find a safe way out of here.
He then used his echolocation power to locate a safe path away from the portals.
I think I've got something. Follow my lead.
We then dove back into the ground and he led us both away before we got killed. On days 76 through 79, we dug up back with the rest of the Alliance, narrowly escaping the terror of the portals. Everyone, I know how we can defeat the future zombie Clockman. Now having everyone's attention, I explained that I had to locate the remaining golden relics to unlock my full power.
You've already gotten a lot of them. How many more do you think are left?
There's only one.
The Skulk Titan stepped forward and handed me a map.
This will take you to the final relic, but be warned, many have tried to retrieve it, but none have returned alive.
None? Maybe you can come with me, Skulk Titan. With you by my side, we can grab it with ease.
No can do, Transformer Drillman. The journey to this relic can only be done alone. Trust me, I've already tried that route.
Oh man, am I really cut out for this? What if I don't come back? I've already failed so many times on my journey.
Don't think like that. You must also remember the times that you've overcome the odds.
That's right. Without you, our people would have been infected forever.
And we would have all been killed long ago.
My allies cheered me on, giving me a boost. As they cheered, I felt inspired to continue on for their sake. If you guys believe in me, then I have to try. They continued to cheer for me as I set off on my quest for the next relic. On days 80 through 83, I followed the map across the cityscape, and it took me to the ruins of the city from day one. Everything was left in shambles from the attack, making it hard to traverse the area. This place was no longer the city I had once known. It had been desecrated by the future zombie Clockman. They'll pay for what they did to our home. Hand to the Titan Clockman. I must avenge him. I was in the middle of Drillman Town doing some late night demolitioning when suddenly the Sinister Clockman emerged in the sky before me.
This multiverse will soon be mine, and not even you will be able to stop me.
Me? But I'm just a little Drillman tank. Just as I was about to be crushed, the Titan Clockman flew onto the scene, confronting the villain before I was killed.
Leave the Chosen One alone!
Chosen One?
Feeble Titan, prepare to fall.
I watched the two Titans clash in an epic battle. It was Clock versus Clock, and it was anyone's game. The Sinister Clockman seemed to have the edge, but suddenly the Titan Clockman got the upper hand with his arm cannon attack, leaving the Sinister Clockman on the ropes.
Any last words?
You're a fool. You haven't seen the true strength of my power.
Without warning, the Sinister Clockman used his power to summon the future zombie Clockman from out of the ground.
Time's out, Titan.
I watched as the future zombie Clockman struck the Titan Clockman with a killing blow. The Sinister Clockman had learned to conjure the power of the undead. No!
After him, my weapon.
The zombie then turned his sights onto me, forcing me to run for my life. I'm finding that relic no matter what. As I traveled through the city, I saw more of the Sinister Clockman's minions roaming about. The location on the map says I'm close to the next relic. It might be best to avoid these guys by digging. I tried to drill into the ground, but I was surprised to find that the area underneath was full of volatile explosives. Oh no, it's a trap! I blew up, launching me back, and the minions turned their attention to me.
It's the Transformer Drillman! Get him!
Ugh, alright, bring it on! Just then, I realized my health was low from the blast. I couldn't take another hit or I was finished. Thinking quickly, I transformed into my drillmobile and sped off to avoid the minions coming after me. I took cover behind a hot dog stand as they ran in the opposite direction. Oh man, he's more prepared than I thought. I need to heal up before I keep moving. Just then, a cameraman emerged from the hot dog stand I was hiding behind.
Hey, Titan guy, you're looking a little hungry. Can I interest you in a dog?
Like a hot dog? Yeah, sure. My health is pretty low. Hand him over.
Got any cash?
Cash? No, I'm a Titan.
No cash, huh? Well, these dogs ain't gonna pay for themselves. Tell you what, if you can recall all the times I've appeared in your little Skibidi videos, I'll give you all the hot dogs you want.
You've been in my videos before? Oh, okay, deal. Let me think. I then thought back to where I saw the hot dog guy before. On days 51 through 54, I was traveling through the alternate dimension in search of the items on the android's list. Before I made much progress, I realized I was hungry. Dang, my hunger bar is low. Where am I gonna find food in this place? I then flew around the unknown world to soon find a hot dog stand on the ground below. Nice, I'm starving. I wonder how I'm gonna pay for it though.
Hey, Titan guy, you just gonna stand there talking to yourself or you gonna buy a hot dog?
Oh, yeah, I'll take one. Thanks.
Only one dog? I'm trying to run a business out here. Come on, guy.
Why do you have your hot dog stand out here anyway?
Asking a lot of questions. You a cop?
No, I'm a Clockman.
I like yous guys. Here, these are on the house. And, this too. I was gonna make some relish out of it, but, I don't think it'll work for the relish.
The hot dog man dropped me some food and the first item on my list. Hey, this is what I was looking for. Thanks, hot dog guy.
No problem. Tell your friends about me, will ya?
You got it. On days 68 through 72, I arrived at the next tower. I immediately ran to it and touched it like I did the last one, but nothing happened. Why isn't it powering on?
Have you tried turning it off and on again?
Real funny, Dia.
Give me a moment to run a diagnostic. This is mythical technology. I'm not exactly an expert.
Well, we can't just stand around here waiting for something to happen.
Wait, I just picked up another message. It says we need to find a battery and a toilet to activate it? Okay, what?
It can only be activated by a toilet? How are we supposed to get one to cooperate with us?
Worry about that later, Max. Let's start searching.
With Dia's guidance, I began searching for the battery. Dia was able to get a rough estimation of where it would be. It was somewhere within a small town. I made my way to the town and found the battery within a small ruin. When I picked it up, the lights in the town went dark.
Hey, what gives? I paid my bills on time.
Sorry, town. I need this. Alright, I think that's all of them, right?
Nope, you missed one. A very important one, too.
Okay, let me think. On days 15 through 17, I was being attacked by the Acid Titan Drillman. I did my best to stay out of range of his drills, but I knew I couldn't keep this up for long. With so little hearts, I was bound to go down at any moment. I ran as fast as I could, but he plowed through everything in his path. I heard him roar as he unleashed an acid beam attack. I managed to avoid it, and I quickly bolted and took cover behind any building I could find. Wait, what? You weren't in that one?
Maybe not, but you definitely let that Titan freak destroy my hot dog truck.
Sorry about that, but we still have a deal. Hand over those glizzies.
Well, you did find all of them. Good looking out, Titan guy. Here's your dogs.
The hot dog guy then dropped tons of hot dogs that I quickly gobbled up to refill my health. Thanks, hot dog guy. Now I'm off to save the world. I left the area to continue my quest. After a bit more searching using the map I had, I finally made it to the location, only to find a golden portal. This doesn't look like a sinister portal. With a bit of hesitation, I entered the portal and came out the other side to find myself in a new area that was completely white and void of shadow. What is this place? I looked further in to find the relic waiting for me. There it is! I started to head towards it, but suddenly a terrifying enemy came forward to stop me.
Nobody trespasses on the boss's turf and gets away with it.
He suddenly ran in to attack me. On days 84 through 86, I took on the sinister enemy in the white void. He used his blade attacks on me, overpowering me with his crushing strength. I wasn't ready to back down yet, so I fought back with my drill laser attacks.
Give up and I'll make this quick.
Never! I'll go down dying if I have to.
Many have tried to defeat me and all have failed. What makes you think you'll succeed?
Because I have the power of the drill artifacts on my side. I transformed into a tank, catching my enemy off guard. I shot, knocking him aside. Dashing away, I snatched up the relic. With the final relic in hand, I transformed. I changed into a full golden form, gaining 5 hearts and amazing new powers.
Do you really think I'm scared of a little gold? I'll expose you for what you really are. A fool!
Bring it on! I'm 24 karat, baby! We charged at each other and began to clash once again. The Guardian was still strong, but with my new power-up, he no longer stood a chance. Soon enough, I had worn my foe down to the point that he could hardly move. Who's fool's gold now, huh? I used my new golden powers to blast the sinister enemy, finally taking him down once and for all. Before I could celebrate, I began to lose control of my powers. I began to spasm around, my powers shooting out at random. I woke up back in the real world to see that my uncontrolled body started destroying the city. Oh no! I can't control this amount of strength. I somehow managed to get my powers under control, but it took a lot of effort and left me weak. Unfortunately, my outburst had caught the attention of a powerful Skibidi toilet. The toilet shot a paralyzing laser at me, and my sight started to fade. I was being captured.
Your power will soon belong to the Skibidi toilet army.
On days 87 through 89, I awoke inside of what seemed to be a game show where the mind-controlling Skibidi was standing before me. What is this place?
We're in your head. Duh, I'm here to take your powers.
As if. You think I'd let you take them?
That's why we're going to play a little game. Win my quiz show and you'll get out of here unharmed. But lose and your powers will be mine.
I tried to fire an attack, but nothing seemed to work.
You're in my realm. Those little tricks won't work here.
Your realm? I thought you said this was my head. I should be able to do whatever I want.
It may be your mind, but I have control right now. This game is do or die, and you can only leave when I say so. So, what do you say? Will you play?
I guess I don't have a choice.
Excellent. Then it's time for question 1. What did you do to defeat the creature from the other realm?
I know this one. I just have to remember. On days 58 through 61, I was in a heated battle clashing with a monstrous creature. It used a powerful bite and stomp attacks on me, knocking me back. You're not stopping me from getting this relic! I ran back in and shot my drill projectile at him, but they were too fast and kept avoiding my attacks. I need to get a clean hit! I then transformed into my tank form and surprised the creature with a drill laser blast attack. The creature was heavily stunned and spat out the relic, allowing me to grab it. When I did, I suddenly transformed, causing my armor to turn even more gold. I had gained 5 hearts and new powers. Now you'll have a taste of my real power. I used my new abilities to strike down the creature for good. That's right, I defeated it with my power upgrade.
Correct. Question 2. What ingredients were needed to make the zombie cure?
Oh no, there were 3 ingredients. What were they? On days 29 through 32, I was following my list from the Clockwoman in a quest to search for the cure ingredients. Alright, looks like the first thing I need is a singularity stone. I then transformed to utilize my tank form and began digging into the ground in search of the rare material. After a bit of excavating, I managed to find it in a pocket within the ground and spotted the stone inside. inside. I snagged the Singularity Stone ingredient, but when I did, the area began to tremble. It was getting ready to collapse. I have to move, now! I burrowed my way out of the danger and back to the surface before the walls crumbled around me. 1 down, 2 more to go. Next I need to get a charged quartz crystal. Maybe it's in the area I'm in now. I looked around and realized I was in a junkyard. Surely that ingredient would be somewhere around here. I scoured the area in my tank form, drilling through piles of junk to find the next ingredient. Eventually, I found a large pile of blue quartz blocks within the junkyard. It's gotta be in here. I then plowed through it, and lucky for me, a charged quartz crystal popped out. Just 1 more ingredient to go. Where can I find an antimatter pellet? That doesn't sound like something regularly available. Got it. It was a Singularity Stone, a charged quartz crystal, and an antimatter pellet.
Correct. 1 more to go. Question 3. What is my favorite color?
Blue?
Wrong. Your powers are mine.
He ran in and attacked me, but I managed to catch him off guard and drilled into the floor, sending him falling into an infinite void. I suddenly woke up and my powers were luckily still intact. The Skibidi tried to run, but I effortlessly shot him with a golden bomb, killing him. This is bad. Without control of my new abilities, I can't defeat the future zombie Clockman. I need to figure this out. I set off and soon returned to my allies and told them what happened.
I have some trials that can help you master your skills, but there isn't much time.
I'll do anything. Leave it to me. On days 90 through 92, I began my trials to master my new powerful abilities. I started by blasting through precise targets. At first, I blew them all up at once. Oops.
Let's try that again.
I went in for round 2, then round 3, improving each time until I passed the trial.
Time for your second test.
I then moved on to the next trial, revealing an obstacle course.
Reach the golden platform.
I used my powerful legs to jump the gaps, and eventually I reached the golden platform.
It's time for your final trial.
We entered into a large open field, and I wondered what my final test was. Come on, I'm ready! Suddenly, a robotic dragon drillman dropped down in front of me and ran in for an attack. I fought the replica of the Titan, but even if he was just a fake, he was just as strong as the real Titan. He easily overwhelmed me and defeated me. Again! I kept trying and trying all day, but I couldn't find a way to defeat the bot.
I think you should take a break, sir.
I can't even defeat a fake Titan. How am I gonna stop the real one? I wandered off defeated, unsure of what would happen next. On days 93 through 95, I was sitting alone, unsure if I would master my powers in time. What am I gonna do? The Alliance is relying on me. Suddenly, Clockwoman walked up behind me.
The Skulk Titan told me what happened. Are you okay?
How can I be? Everyone is relying on me and I'm letting you all down. I can't beat a dummy, much less a real threat.
That's not true. You've saved us more times than we can count after all. Try to remember.
On days 15 through 17, I landed in an underground area trapped in a giant cage. Standing next to me was the Clockwoman. There you are, Clockwoman. I was told by the Alliance to come save you.
How's that going? Now you're trapped in here with me.
Oh, come on. Surely there's a way out of here.
Don't get too excited. They're going to dispose of both of us. Look.
Suddenly, beneath the cage began to be filled with lava. Oh man, we're cooked if we don't move. Stand back, Clockwoman. We're getting out of here. I quickly transformed into my tank form and smashed through the cage with my drill face, freeing the Clockwoman and I. Suddenly, alarms began to blare and lava began to flow out of the nearby pipes. Come on, we gotta keep moving.
Good work, Drillman. I'm right behind you.
The two of us ran for our lives as lava poured down from everywhere. We dodged and weaved the fiery pouring lava until we ended up getting stuck by a pool of lava blocking the exit.
We're doomed. We can't make it through that.
We have no choice. Hop on.
What?
Hop on my back. I'll carry you through. Hurry. Clockwoman did as I said, and then hopped in my tank form so I could barrel through the lava, taking loads of damage as I did.
We're going to make it. Keep going.
Luckily, we were able to make it through the lava and eventually back up to the surface thanks to my incredible Drillman powers.
Good thinking, Drillman. I really thought I was a goner there. I'm truly in your debt.
Rubble began falling from the top of the cave, and I realized that the dimension was collapsing. I'm out of time. I need to get back to the Speakerman camp now. I burrowed out of the cave and ran back to my Speakerman allies.
Did you find the relic? This world is collapsing.
I did. Now, everyone move! I then used the relic on the portal, powering it on and giving us a chance to escape.
The Transformer Drillman has done it. Quickly, Everyone, through the portal!
We ran through the portal, escaping the dimension before it was completely collapsed around us. We regrouped back with the rest of the zombie TVs with the Titan. I handed the ingredients to the Clockwoman.
Time to get to work.
She used her brewing skills to fuse the ingredients together, making a cure. Once finished, she then used the cure on the TVs, and sure enough, they returned back to normal. That's amazing! It worked! You're right, I shouldn't doubt myself. I've overcome the most challenging obstacles, and this is just another one. I then returned to the battlefield to find the Skulk Titan waiting for me. Give me another try. I've got this. I ran up to the robot and clashed once more. He tried to catch me off guard with a fire breath attack, but I was prepared. I burrowed beneath the ground and popped out, striking him with a surprise attack and knocking him back stunned. Now's my chance to land a finishing blow. I ran in before he could get his footing and took him down once and for all. I did it! I mastered my powers! My celebration was cut short as a portal opened behind me, and the Sinister Clockman emerged before me.
How exciting! But your little celebration is going to end here.
On days 96 through 98, I was face to face with the Sinister Clockman himself. Leave my friends alone! I ran in and attacked the Sinister Clockman, fighting him with my newfound powers. He came after me with his own powerful attacks, overwhelming me with his strength.
This world is going to be mine. With you out of the way, nothing will stop me.
I fought back with my laser attacks. It was now anyone's game. My allies showed up to help, but suddenly the Sinister Clockman took his attention towards them, opening a portal, sucking my allies inside. No! I was distracted, leaving me open. The Sinister Clockman ran in for a killing blow, but to my shock, the future zombie Clockman struck him first.
What are you? You're supposed to obey me!
I've served under you long enough. I'm taking the multiverse for myself, you weakling!
He struck down the Sinister Clockman once and for all, causing him to grow even larger in size. He then drew his attention towards me. Why would you?
I've been planning this betrayal since the very beginning. I just needed to collect his power first.
On day 3, I was fighting against the future zombie Clockman threat with my new Transformer form. He tried to overwhelm me with his zombie attacks, but I managed to catch him off guard with some new abilities of my own.
Not bad, but those measly powers of yours won't be enough to stop me. This world will be mine! Drill relics or not, you are done for. So long, Transformer Drillman.
He punched me into the portal, sucking me inside as well. On day 99, I appeared in another realm with my allies.
What happened?
The future zombie Clockman started an uprising. If I don't get back, the world will be completely destroyed.
Then we'll stop at nothing to get you there.
Together, my allies and I started building on a new portal similar to last time. As I was building, I spotted something interesting, but I didn't have time to look long enough. Did you find all the secrets? Be sure to rewatch the video and comment down below if you did. Thanks to the combined help from everyone, we finished the portal before day 100 arrived. Just beyond this portal is the future zombie Clockman. This is the final battle. I have to end this once and for all.
You're ready for this. We believe in you.
Everyone started to cheer me on, giving me the boost I needed to finish this. Thank you, everyone. I'll protect our home at any cost. I traveled through the portal, ready for the final battle. On day 100, I appeared on a clock platform far above the overworld to find the future zombie Clockman about to unleash his ultimate attack onto the world.
You're back? How did you possibly manage to do that?
Your former boss tried that trick on me once before. Did you think it would work twice?
You should have died there when you had the chance. Now I'm going to give you the most painful and slow death imaginable!
The zombie charged in, and I braced myself for battle. He used his large blade on me, but I shook it off. I fought back with my golden drill attacks to try and overpower him, but we were neck and neck.
You're stronger than before, I'll give you that. However, you won't stop me!
He tried to hit me with a zombie tongue strike, but I managed to dodge. I then countered with a golden beam. I knocked him back, but he began to laugh maniacally.
You fool! You saw what happened when you killed me last time. I always come back!
Unfortunately for you, I'm prepared now. I unleashed my golden powers, blasting through him, staggering him to the edge.
No! This can't be!
So long, zombie! I went in for the finishing blow, punching him off the platform as he fell to his death. Time for you to clock out. I thought the day was saved until time explosions began going off around me. What's going on? Before I could think, a time explosion went off in front of me and I was sucked into a different timeline. On day 101, I was woken up from my sleeping stasis as a Drill Titan prototype. I was in a post-apocalyptic city as my fellow Alliance allies fought off the Skibidi Toilet Army.
Good, you're awake. There isn't much time. We have to turn the tide of this fight.
I watched as the surviving Titans took out one toilet after the other. But just as things were looking up, a grim atmosphere set in as the Titan Slayer Skibidi Toilet flew overhead.
He's here. Everyone, brace yourselves. Finally, the last of the Titans are all in one place. This will make my job easier.
The Skibidi Toilet unleashed his nuclear weapons onto the surviving Titans. Despite their massive strength and armor, the sole protectors of the Alliance dropped like flies to the immense power of the Titan Slayer Skibidi. The slaughter continued until only the Titan Drillman remained. No!
You are the last, Titan. You're the only one who can save the Alliance now.
Titan Drillman succumbed to his wounds, leaving me as the last living Titan. The Titan Slayer set his sights onto me next.
I will leave no survivors.
He launched his weapons at me and I ran for my life. Unfortunately, I got caught in the blast of his deadly missiles. On day 2, I had managed to cling onto life after the attack. However, my hope was short-lived as toilet minions creeped around all corners to finish me off.
The Skibidi army will win. Prepare to die, little Titan.
I looked around and spotted a rusty blade in the rubble. I quickly ran to it, picked it up, and braced myself as the Skibidi toilets lunged at me. I was too weak to overcome their numbers. Just as I thought I was done for, a cameraman jumped in and defended me from the remaining toilets. He mowed down several toilets with his minigun, cutting through their numbers like they were nothing. I backed him up with swings from my sword, and together we were able to slay every one of them.
We've been waiting for you to arrive. Come with me.
I fled with the cameraman to the outskirts of the city with my new ally until we both arrived at a cameraman rebel group. What is this place?
This is where us cameramen started hiding out since the Skibidis began to win the war. We have a gift for you. Follow me.
The cameraman took me to a platform within their base and I stepped onto it. He powered on the machine and the device zapped into me, causing me to grow bigger in size and sprout drills from my back. I now had 5 more hearts and new powers. I feel better than ever.
Good, because we need your help to win this war. You're our last hope.
Suddenly, cameraman began firing into the distance as Skibidi threats started to storm the base.
Intruders incoming! Everyone, prepare for battle!
On day 3, I jumped into battle to defend my cameraman allies from the Skibidi toilet attack. Using my new powers, I took down one toilet after the other, showing them the true strength of a Titan. The toilets tried to fight back, but with my new abilities combined with the help of my companions, they didn't stand a chance. The cameraman unloaded bullets into the toilet forces, helping me take more and more of them out. We managed to pull through, winning the battle.
Did you see that? With a Titan on our side, we might actually stand a chance.
I wouldn't speak so soon, you foolish cameras.
To our horror, the towering Titan Slayer arrived at the base.
This little rebellion ends now.
I won't let you hurt more of my people. I shot my sonic drill attack in his direction, but I immediately realized that this enemy was 100 times stronger than anything I'd ever faced. The Titan Slayer used his rocket attacks on me and the cameraman in an attempt to destroy all of us.
It's not worth dying here. Retreat!
I used my powers to dig into the ground and escape as the toilet laid waste to the base. On days 4 through 7, the cameraman and I escaped and drilled up into a secret base outside of the city, only to be stopped by a group of Drillman rebels with their guns pointed at us.
Who are you? And why are you here?
Please, we're Alliance members like you. We were attacked by the Skibidi toilets.
There is no Alliance. Not since the Titans have died. You're all coming with me.
The Drillmen then led us to a cage where they then flipped a switch, locking us inside. Please, I'm the last Titan. I'm here to save us all.
The last Titan is a myth, you liar. Besides, you'll save us by serving as bait. Time to lure out the monster that's been terrorizing our home.
The floor under our feet began to tremble violently, and I realized that something was running towards us from the path behind us. A Mecha Skibzilla came storming out with its jaws snapping, ready to eat both me and the cameraman. On days 8 through 10, I was trapped inside a cage with a Skibzilla coming towards me. Before the monster was able to eat us, I activated my drill powers and shattered the cage we were locked inside of. We won't stand still and die. We're gonna fight for our lives. I clashed with the beast, unleashing my drill attacks to try and one-up it. It fought back with its arm cannon attacks, but luckily my cameraman ally was there to help me. He backed me up with his minigun weapon while I continued to slash into the beast. The Skibzilla was a tough foe as he fired laser projectiles from its mouth and continuous rocket attacks from its arm. After a few more strikes, together we defeated the monster. Suddenly, the Drillman's leader stepped before us.
It seems that you are, in fact, special. Perhaps you really are the last Titan.
I am! You have to let me prove myself.
Very well, then I'll give you a trial that only a Titan could succeed at.
He then jumped down and I followed the Drillman leader out of their base, leaving the cameraman behind.
Good luck out there, Titan.
He led me back near the cameraman outpost where we spotted the Titan Slayer talking to another toilet.
Find the last Titan and bring him to me!
Of course, Titan Slayer.
The Titan Slayer left the base, leaving this new threat to patrol the area to find me.
That right there is the Hydra Magnet Skibidi, one of the Titan Slayer's minions. He has valuable information, and we need to capture him.
You want me to capture him? That guy is huge!
You will only believe you're the last Titan if you can successfully capture that Skibidi. Your trial begins now!
On days 11 through 14, I began my trial to prove myself to the Drillman. However, it wasn't gonna be easy. I'm gonna have to be smart about this. I drilled into the ground below and began to weaken the integrity of it by creating a massive chasm. Soon, my trap was complete. I have one shot at this. Let's go! I popped out of the ground behind the Magnet Hydra Skibidi. He immediately set his sights onto me. Hey, come and get me, Fletch for brains!
The last Titan. Prepare to fall like all the others.
The monstrous toilet charged at me full speed, unleashing his deadly electromagnetic attacks. I did my best to avoid him as he foolishly attacked on top of my trap. The ground collapsed under him and he fell into the chasm below. The fall had damaged his jetpack, leaving him stranded. My mission was a success.
I can't believe it. You really must be the last Titan.
Which is why he must die!
Suddenly, the Hydra Magnet Skibidi used his powers to call for backup. A swarm of Skibidi toilets then arrived to ambush me. There's too many of them! Before I was overwhelmed, the Drillman leader stepped in, blasting back the horde.
There isn't time. We have to get to the Drillman's lab. Hurry!
I followed my newest ally as the horde of Skibidi toilets pursued, and the Hydra Magnet Skibidi rose up from my trap.
After them!
On days 15 through 17, the Drillman leader and I headed towards a secret passageway as the Skibidi toilets closed in on us.
You won't escape me, Titan!
The Skibidi used a powerful magnet attack, causing the entrance to our secret passage to collapse onto itself. We're blocked out!
Don't worry, there's an exit on the other side. Move!
The two of us jumped down to soon find ourselves in a cavern full of lava. The only way out of this was now across.
The Skibidis must have been here and tampered with this path. Come on, we can make it.
We platformed over the boiling hot magma as the tunnel rumbled from the Hydra Magnet Skibidi's continued destruction above us. Things went from bad to worse as the Drillman leader got caught under rubble falling from above. No! The Drillman leader was quickly pinned by rubble, blocking my path to him.
Go on without me. I'll find another way out.
No, I can drill a hole through. I tried to quickly drill my way back, but it only caused more rubble to fall down.
It's no use. Just go.
Doing as the Drillman leader said, I left him behind and made my way through the exit. On days 18 through 21, I landed on the other side of the cavern to find myself in an isolated lab. Wait, this must be the lab of the former Titan Drillman. I searched the room for a way to get stronger and noticed a strange-looking machine. Although I wasn't certain it would work, I could hear the Magnet Hydra Skibidi searching for me nearby. If I didn't act quickly, I was gonna be finished off for good. I can't die here. I'm the Alliance's last hope. With no other option, I powered on the device and stepped in the middle, causing it to zap into me. My body felt like fire as I was mutated into a hulking form. My drill opened up into a mouth and I was wielding a large, rusty, serrated blade. I was officially a full-fledged Titan with 5 more hearts and new powers. Time to turn the tide for the Alliance. I dug back up to the surface and searched the area for the Magnet Hydra Skibidi. Come and get me, you Skibidi menace! The Hydra Magnet Skibidi then emerged from a nearby building, ready to attack. Unfortunately for him, I was prepared. We both charged towards each other and began to fight on an abandoned freeway. I unleashed my new drill needle powers onto him while he fought back with his electromagnetic abilities. I lunged at him so that I could impale him with my massive drill arm, but even that wasn't enough to bring the Hydra Skibidi down. I had to strike it in its face if I wanted to win this battle. Ultimately, I took to the skies and landed a powerful drill to his skull, defeating him for good. To my surprise, the Drillman leader emerged before me and approached. You made it out!
Of course, I am a Drillman after all. Thanks to you, we have a fighting chance against the Skibidi army again. Long live the Titan!
Before we could celebrate, I could see more Skibidi threats flying overhead. This battle wasn't over yet. I'll lure these guys away. Take cover! On days 22 through 25, I found myself trying to lure the flying toilets away from my ally.
Or the Titan Slayer!
That's right, fellas. Follow the Titan. Once I was sure that my ally was safe, I burrowed into the ground to try and lose my pursuers.
He's trying to escape! Drop the bombs, boys!
Suddenly, they dropped explosives on me, dealing massive amounts of damage. I couldn't escape.
You're done for, Titan. Any last words?
Just then, guns were being fired at the Skibidis above and they were dropping like flies. I flew up and realized that TV men had arrived to back me up. Thanks for the help back there. I let my guard down and they took advantage of that.
Oh my gosh, are you the last Titan?
It would appear so.
I can't believe you're real. Please, come with us. Our leader will want to speak with you.
I agreed and followed the TV men to their secret base. On days 26 through 28, I was led to the TV man base that looked to be an old rusted cargo ship. When I approached, I saw that the TV leader was waiting for me.
I've heard about you in legend, but never did I think there was still a surviving Titan. I have a request for you, if you're up for it.
What is it? He lit up his TV screens and sent me into a vision.
After the fall of the Titans, the Alliance separated into their own rebel groups, and the Skibidi toilets took over the city. Most of us have been forced into hiding, unable to stand up to the might of the Titan Slayer and his minions. But now that you have returned, we once again have hope for our people. You must reunite the group and reform the Alliance so that together we can defeat the Titan Slayer and turn the tides of this war.
I snapped out of the vision and I returned back to reality. I'm up for the task. The cameramen and the drillmen are already on our side.
Excellent. Then it's time to begin the next phase of our plan.
We then left the TV base and he took me to the Skibidi toilet base that was heavily guarded.
Inside of that base is a gear we need to complete a machine that will call upon other lost members of the Alliance. We need you to retrieve it.
Leave it to me. On days 29 through 32, I used my drill powers to dig into the ground and stealthily snuck inside of the facility trying to find the gear. Just gotta make sure not to attract any unwanted attention. After a bit of searching, I broke into the room where the gear was stored. There it is! I went to grab it, but suddenly a pair of Skibidi guards entered the room. I hid before they could spot me, and as they left, I quickly dropped down and snagged the item. Score! Time to head back to the TVs. I drilled my way out of the base and flew off to rejoin the TV men. When I returned, I found the TV leader waiting for me and gave him the gear.
Excellent. Let's complete the device.
You don't have to tell me twice. The TV leader then led me to a massive machine behind the TV base. But before he could place the gear onto the machine, sirens began to go off. What could it be now? Over the horizon, an army of Skibidi tanks led by a Mecha Skibidi were preparing to storm the base.
Those Skibidis are armed with powerful artillery. We won't stand a chance.
Looks like we'll have to fight. We have no other option. But how did they find us? I realized that there was something strange sitting in my inventory. Turns out I was bugged with a tracking device while invading the base. Oh no, I led them right to us.
Brace yourself!
On days 33 through 35, the Skibidi army charged towards the TV Man base and the TVs did their best to defend it. I helped protect the TV Men with my Titan powers, but they came prepared to win at all costs. Their leader used their firebolt attacks on us, leaving the TVs outmatched.
The Titan Slayer will be pleased to know that I killed the last Titan.
The Mecha Skibidi then charged up his ultimate attack and fired it in my direction, but before it hit me, the TV leader blocked the attack, taking the hit instead.
Foolish TV. You just intervened for nothing.
You may have taken my life, but you will not take our hope.
The TV leader fell to the ground, leaving the gear in his wake. No! Before I was able to retrieve the lost artifact, the Mecha Skibidi grabbed it first.
You're next, Titan.
The Skibidi began blasting his projectiles at me, and I soon realized there was no way for me to win this battle. I decided that the only thing I could do was run. Everyone, retreat! The remaining TV men and I fled from the base as fast as we could. Once we had managed to escape the Skibidi tanks, we regrouped in a nearby canyon. I'm so sorry I couldn't protect you all. I need to get stronger and avenge your leader.
I think this could help. The Titan TV left it behind before he was defeated.
The TV man handed me a map and I quickly picked it up. I then looked to the skies to begin flying towards my next destination. On days 36 through 39, I followed the map, which led me to an abandoned Alliance base, where I found a chest that held Titan TV's old belongings. Surely something that can help me get stronger is here. I looked inside, but it was completely empty. Suddenly, alarms around the base began to blare.
Protection protocol activated.
The ground trembled and a massive robot landed onto the field next to the base.
Only a Titan can acquire another Titan's gear. Prove yourself by defeating me, and you shall gain access to it.
Bring it on! I charged at the robot and used my Titan attacks. Soon, we were locked in combat, both of us trading blows back and forth. I was skilled, but the robot's programming meant that it was able to see most of my moves coming. It used its massive shield to force me back on my feet, making it impossible to get a critical hit onto him. Drop your shield and let me hit you!
You'll have to find a way to break through if you wish to win.
The robot continued his onslaught of attacks until I unloaded a series of sonic drill attacks that broke through his defenses. A few more of those and this guy is toast! As I had the upper hand, I continued to blast my drill beams at the robot, causing him to stagger and eventually break his shield. Once his guard was down, I rushed in to deliver the final blow and won the battle. Once he fell, he dropped the Titan TV's equipment. I claimed the item, gaining 5 hearts and new powers. Thanks, Titan TV. I'll use this power to save your people. I flew back towards the base, ready to avenge my fallen allies with my newly gained powers. On days 40 through 43, I returned to the TV base where the Mecha Skibidi from before was waiting.
Looks like the coward has returned after all.
Don't underestimate me. I have the power of the TV Titan on my side.
We'll see how much that really helps you against me.
I clashed with the Mecha Skibidi for the second time, but I was determined to be the one that came out on top. I used my Titan attacks on him while he fought back with his missile blasts. This time, I was able to endure the hits and stand my ground against the toilet mech. I then drilled into his body, staggering him and weakening his armor.
Wait, what is this? You're supposed to be weak.
That's what you thought. Taste the ultimate power of the last Titan. I finally struck down the Mecha Skibidi, officially reclaiming the TV base in the name of the Alliance. He dropped the gear from before, and I took the opportunity to grab it. I then flew over to the machine and placed it into its correct spot. The device was finally completed. It powered up and sent a signal into the sky. All of a sudden, a speaker chirped to life.
Hello? Do you copy? This is the phone man. We really need help. The Skibidi toilet's there.
The message cut to static, resulting in us losing the signal from the phone men. But at least we now had a lead. Hang in there a bit longer. Your Titan is coming. I flew away from the TV base and searched the phone man and their people. On days 44 through 46, I arrived at the location of the signal to find that the phone man's base was already in complete ruin. The only thing I could find that remained in the rubble was a barely working radio tower. Oh no, this isn't a good sign. Was I too late? Just when I thought I'd run out of time to help them, the radio tower suddenly turned on.
Hey, big guy, look out behind you!
I turned around to see an electric Skibidi was ambushing me. Luckily, I was able to dodge them thanks to the phone men's warning. Thanks for the heads up!
Time for you to be terminated!
You wish! Only one of us is making it out of here alive.
Enough talking then! Feel my wrath!
They used their static attacks on me, but I was able to avoid it and drop onto him with a powerful body slam, crushing him instantly. All that talk for nothing. Thanks again for the warning.
Don't thank me yet. Those Skibidi toilet monsters captured my people. They threw us into a top-secret prison that's incredibly secure. We really need your help to get us out of here. Execution day is just around the corner.
The radio tower cut to static and lost its signal just as the last one did. I need to hurry. I took to the skies and began my search for the phone man. On days 47 through 50, I began scouring the land for the whereabouts of the secret Skibidi prison. As I searched around, I stumbled across a group of Skibidi toilets. They were relentlessly terrorizing some Alliance members just below. Oh no you don't! Not on my watch! I swooped down and began to fight out the toilets in order to defend the Alliance members.
The Titan is here! Trap him now!
One of the Skibidi toilets flipped a nearby switch and opened a hole filled with lava beneath my feet. Luckily, my jetpack stopped my fall and I was able to fly out of it. Nice try! Once I re-emerged, I used the attacks at my disposal and began to take all the toilets out for good. This gave the remaining Alliance members a chance to run to safety. I searched the area and found the final toilet in no time. Before I could hit him, he turned around and saw that he had no head.
Ah! Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't be startled. I know this must be pretty exciting, but I'm just your good old pal, Kevin.
I'm sorry, who?
You know, Kevin. I'm kind of a celebrity.
A celebrity? Interesting.
Yeah, I'm a pretty big deal around here. Here, have my autograph.
Okay. Sure. He handed me a piece of paper that I presumed to be an autograph, but I quickly realized that it was a map that led to the prison. Well, that's convenient. I'll let you live. Thanks, Kevin.
Don't mention it. Thanks for letting me keep my life.
I flew up and away to save my phone allies. On days 51 through 54, I arrived at the location on the map to find the prison my phone allies were trapped in. Don't worry guys, I'll free you all in a matter of no time. I managed to fly in undetected and found a huge cell full of phone men.
You're here!
Of course, I'll drill you guys out in no time. I tried to drill into the cells, but it became clear that the bars were made of bedrock. No matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't break through them. Just my luck. Any ideas?
The control room to open the locks is down the hall, but be careful. It's completely surrounded by guards.
I see. Then I guess I'll just have to lure them away. I then used some flint and steel to lay down some fires around the prison. Soon enough, the prison's fire alarm went off, causing the guards to run out of the area. I peeked over to see that the guards were now waiting outside the premises, wondering what sent the alarm off in the first place.
Did one of you forget to turn off the microwave again?
Perfect! Now's my chance! I quickly flew towards the control room and darted inside before anyone could catch on to my scheme. On days 55 through 57, I entered the control room where I found the security panel that could open the lock to the cells. I better be careful not to alert any of the guards outside. I tried to use the computer to open the cells, but my access was denied.
Security override required. You have 3 more attempts.
Huh, not very forgiving. I need to find a way to hack into this thing. I started looking around the room to search for any sign of an override when I spotted a USB. I snagged it from its glass and tried using it, but the computer indicated that I was missing 2 more.
You have 2 more attempts before you are locked out for 7,088 days.
Seriously? Well, at least I know now what I'm looking for. The other USBs should be around here somewhere. I continued scouring the room and eventually found the second one behind a bookshelf. However, I just couldn't seem to locate the final one. Wait, there's one place I haven't looked yet. I drilled down into the ground where I finally spotted the third and final USB. I grabbed it and plugged them all into the computer, causing the cells to be successfully unlocked.
Success. Alarms enabled.
Did that just say alarms enabled? In a moment's time, the entire room began blaring sounds and flashing red. I was running out of time.
Intruder alert. Intruder alert.
Uh-oh, I need to save the phone men and get out of here! On days 58 through 61, I ran out of the prison with the escaped phone men. The Skibidi prison guards made their way to our location ready to take us all down. Keep going, I'll deal with these guys! The phone men ran off to a safe location while I stayed behind to fight off the guards.
You'll pay for releasing our prisoners, you Titan freak!
Freak? That's it! This place is burning down to the ground! They attacked me with their static attacks, but I used my Titan powers to plow through their overwhelming numbers. They fell one by one from my might, but more just kept coming to stop me. No more Alliance members will be imprisoned by you while I'm around! I spotted a nearby generator that powered the prison and ran over to it.
No! He's going to overload the prison!
Using my drill, I pierced into the generator, causing it to overload. Areas of the prison began overloading and igniting in fire. The prison went up in flames, and I fled back to my phone men allies.
Thank you, oh great Titan. Consider us part of the Alliance once again.
They handed me a retro telephone as a token of their appreciation, which I kept for later. Cool, thank you. Just then, I spotted a stray toilet running away from me. Where does he think he's going? I followed behind the toilet undetected. On days 62 to 64, I followed the toilet and discovered a meeting being held with the Titan Slayer. I quickly took cover and listened from below to hear what they could be discussing.
As you have all witnessed, the last Titan has returned to try and stop our cause.
What are we going to do? He's so strong!
I'm going to eliminate him, like I did with every last Titan that came before him.
What is he talking about?
And I'll do it with this!
He looked to his side and a massive machine was revealed.
This machine has the power to turn back time for a Titan, weakening them by reverting them back to a puny Alliance member form. It's still a prototype, but allow me to demonstrate.
He ordered one of his minions to turn on the machine and it was activated. An aura then formed around me and I felt my body grow heavy. My body shrank back to my base Drillman form. Ah! When I shouted in pain, I accidentally gave away my location. I tried to run, but the machine continued to weigh me down. Soon enough, I blacked out. On days 65 to 67, I woke up inside of a Skibidi prison cell. I tried to dig my way out, but the cell was reinforced with bedrock. It was completely unbreakable. This is impossible. How am I gonna get out of here? Suddenly, a speaker came on overhead.
Welcome to my lair, Titan, or should I say, puny Drillman. You will be serving the Skibidi Toilet Army today.
No way! I'd rather die than serve you!
Well then, why not both?
Just then, the floor turned to glass, revealing a grinder under my feet.
Now we're going to grind you up and use your scraps to empower my army. So long, last Titan!
The glass began to gradually shatter, and I was quickly running out of options. I desperately tried to activate my jetpack, but I didn't have it anymore. Oh no! My jetpack is gone! Soon enough, I was out of the room to stand on, and I fell into the grinder below. Ah! On days 68 to 72, I managed to land on a small bit of bedrock before hitting the grinder, saving myself from the sharp blades below me. This is awful. I need to find a way out of here. I tried to drill into the walls, but they were made of solid bedrock as well. I realized that the only way out of there was through the grinder. No, this can't be the only way out, is it? Just then, I remembered the retro phone in my inventory, which gave me an idea. Alright, here goes nothing. I dropped it into the grinder, causing the machine to get seriously jammed. Now if my idea goes to plan, we should be out of here in no time. The grinder tried to break the phone, but it ultimately couldn't and ended up exploding from its own pressure. I was right, it really worked. Once the dust settled, the grinder was completely destroyed. All that remained in the aftermath was a scorched exit. I jumped down and ran through the exit just before the Skibidi toilets arrived to stop me. On days 73 to 75, I made it out of the grinder and found myself just outside of a Skibidi toilet factory. Another factory, huh? Let's see what's going on around here. I entered the factory and found that speakermen were being scrapped for parts. I watched their bodies get constructed into new toilet speaker monstrosities. This is horrible! I have to stop this! I ran in to help save the speakermen by crushing the main power source of the machine. The conveyor belt stopped and the speakerman made a break for it. There's still more trapped. No time to lose! I ran to the cage keeping the other speakerman imprisoned and drilled the cage open, freeing them.
I never thought we'd get out. Thank you.
No problem. Get to cover. The Skibidi toilets could get here any second now. As the speaker men ran to safety, alarms began to blare and a group of toilets showed up to investigate.
What's going on in here?
You like taking innocent people apart? Let's see how you like it. I ran at them, ready to unleash more attacks on the horde of toilets. They turned and ran from me in fear as the sirens kept blaring around us. I took them all out until only one remained.
Release the experiment!
Suddenly, the ground trembled as the mutated speaker spider broke out of its cage. The speaker spider charged at me at blinding speed, trying to bulldoze me. I rolled out of the way, but the speaker spider turned and unleashed its soundwave attacks at me. I endured the hit and charged forward to strike at the monster. Before long, I was able to take down the mutated spider. The bigger they are, the harder they fall. Soon enough, the boss and head of the factory, the scientist Skibidi, entered the building.
Now who is tearing up my factory? You will pay!
Enraged, the toilet charged at me and I prepared for my next fight. On days 76 through 79, I clashed with the scientist Skibidi in his factory as it went up in flames. I swung my rusty greatsword at him and jumped up high to hit him, but he was a highly trained Skibidi, making it hard to defeat.
You fool! I've melted titans down before. What do you think my armor is made of?
He smashed into me with his claw, causing me to fall onto the machine's conveyor belt. Oh no!
Prepare to get shredded.
I thought I was about to die, but instead of being shredded, I came out on the other side of the conveyor belt reinforced. I had 5 more hearts, new powers, and my body was restored to its final form.
What? How can that be? You were supposed to be cut to ribbons.
I then noticed a speaker man on top of the machine. He had used a handheld device to tamper with it, giving me an advantage.
Get him, Titan, for the Alliance!
I fired up and I went in for round 2. I used my restored powers and defeated the Skibidi scientist with ease. That's what you get for underestimating a drill man. I fled the factory and regrouped with the saved speaker men. I'm glad you guys are okay. I just need to find the last members of the Alliance and we can take down the Titan Slayer.
You're looking for the Clockmen. They've been missing since the fall of the Titans. We have no idea where they are now.
Then I better start my search where it all began. Thank you guys. I flew off to begin my search in the dangerous Skibidi City. On days 80 through 83, I returned to Ground Zero where I had first woken up on day 1. The city was still badly damaged from the Battle of the Titans. Seeing the area in such ruin made me feel upset for my people and what they had to go through. I'm sorry I wasn't strong enough to protect you all. I suddenly noticed a gear on the ground that caught my attention. I walked towards it and picked it up. I was suddenly transported into another realm. There, the Titan Clockman was standing before me.
Welcome, little Titan. You've grown over the course of your journey.
Titan Clockman? How are you here? I thought all the Titans were dead.
I am, but in this realm, we are able to speak again for a short moment.
Please, I need to find your people. The only way to win this war is to reunite the Alliance and lead them myself.
I've sealed them away where no toilet can reach them. But with your Titan abilities, you will be able to pass my tests and make it inside. I shall take you there. I wish you the best of luck, little Titan.
Suddenly, I woke up back in reality in front of a strange portal. Thank you, Titan Clockman. I'll make sure your people are taken care of. On days 84 through 86, I tried walking through the portal. There was some kind of magical seal on it, keeping outsiders from entering. This seal must have been placed on the portal by the Titan Clockman. I gotta break through this barrier. I tried to open it the old-fashioned way, hitting the magical barrier with all the force that I could muster. But like the Titan had warned me in my dreams, it didn't budge at all. Gah, I should have known. There must be another way though, right? Let's see. He said something about my Titan abilities helping me pass this test. I looked around the area and noticed a slot on the lower half of the portal that looked like it was missing a gear. A missing gear? The slot looks almost like the gear I found earlier. I wonder. I used the gear that I had found in the city and heard the sound of shifting machinery echo through the portal. Suddenly, a larger gear appeared before the door. Yes! I knew it! I fit the larger gear into the mechanism, but the portal still didn't activate. Looks like it needs to turn faster in order to get the barrier to come down. Luckily, I have just the tool for the job. I powered on my drill arm and stuck it in the middle of the gear, causing it to rotate faster than before. Before long, the magical seal shattered, allowing me to access. Yes! Magic's got nothing on good old-fashioned technology. Good lesson, Titan Clockman. I walked through the portal, unsure what to expect to find on the other side. On days 87 through 89, I exited through the other side of the portal. There was a Clockman who was standing guard at the portal. Without warning, he pointed his weapon at me.
Stay back!
Hold on, I come in peace. I'm a Titan.
A Titan? But I thought you were all gone.
The Clockman cautiously approached in order to get a better look at me. When he did, he lowered his weapon.
I don't believe it. It really is you. Come with me.
The Clockman granted me passage and led me to the secret Clockman civilization. The other Clockman there looked upon me with awe. As I approached, the Clockman leader then revealed himself.
Welcome, O great Titan. The prophecy is true. You've come to save us.
Save you? But everything looks so safe in this dimension. I haven't seen a single Skibidi.
Allow me to explain. Our society is going to be attacked in due time, and we need the might of a Titan to survive.
I'm at your service as long as you're willing to rejoin the Alliance. That's my only requirement.
You've got a deal. Please, take this. You will need it to win the next battle.
He handed me a golden clock, causing me to gain new powers and 5 more hearts. Suddenly, the ground began to tremble. The Skibidi Toilet Army arrived just as the Clockman leader had said, and I prepared for battle. On days 90 through 92, I was defending the Clockman Society from the Skibidi Toilet invasion. They were coming at us from all angles, but I wasn't backing down and did everything I could to help the Clockmen. Keep clear, all of you! As long as their attention stays on me, you'll be safe! I used my new slash attacks to fight off the invaders, cutting down their forces significantly. The remaining toilets tried to overwhelm me, but I'd grown much stronger over my journey. Compared to my power, they had nothing. Is that all you got? You're weak!
Bring out the big guns!
As we killed the last minion, from above, a powerful upgraded jetpack Skibidi dropped down in front of me. Before I could react, he hit me with a strong rocket attack. I was tougher thanks to my upgrades, but this jetpack Skibidi had me caught off guard and I was unable to protect myself effectively. I could feel my heart steadily dropping.
Your thought is like the other Titans, but unlike them, you're going to die alone.
He's not alone.
To my surprise, the Clockman leader dropped in and struck the powerful Skibidi, knocking it away from me and giving me a chance to recover.
Last Titan, you ready to end this?
I was born ready! We looked at each other and nodded before running in towards the powerful Skibidi. I used my drill attacks on the enemy, doing heavy damage. Before he could retaliate, the Clockman leader hit him with a time wave attack. Thanks to the clock upgrade and my Clockman ally, we had the upper hand. Together, we struck down the upgraded jetpack Skibidi.
Good job, new ally!
You as well. Out of nowhere, a helicopter Skibidi flew in to tell me something.
Enjoy victory while you still can. The Titan Slayer's weapon will be completed in a matter of days, and it'll be the end of you.
Oh no! The weapon is nearly done! We have to end this before it's too late!
I'll reunite the Clockmen with the other members of the Alliance. Go, find the Titan Slayer, and end this once and for all!
I will. Thank you for your help. Without a moment to waste, I flew off to go find the Titan Slayer. On days 93 through 95, I flew across the land searching for any clues I could find on the Titan Slayer's main base. It seems like most of the Titan Slayer's forces were coming from somewhere in this area. He must be nearby. As I looked around the place from above, I eventually spotted a massive crater in the ground. Uh-oh. I don't like the looks of this. I looked into the crater and saw that there was a portal at the bottom of it. I'll bet this is where the Titan Slayer's forces came from. I've got to be ready for anything. I decided to jump down and pass through the portal, and once I passed through to the other side, I realized I was on top of the Titan Slayer's base. This is it! The main component for the ultimate weapon is somewhere here. I heard the sound of patrolling Skibidi guards chatting nearby.
What do you mean you failed to kill the Clockmen? The Clockmen were being protected by the last Titan. The last Titan? So he's still alive. The Titan Slayer won't be pleased.
Never mind that. Let's just make sure that the ultimate weapon's final piece is well guarded in case he tries something.
I knew it was here. I explored the base further, staying out of sight of Skibidi guards. I eventually found the room that was housing the ultimate weapon's main core component. It was extremely well guarded, and I knew that I couldn't possibly destroy it alone. This is it. It's time to prepare for the final battle. I quickly got out of there before getting caught. On days 96 to 98, I returned to my allies to find all of the Alliance gathered together for the first time since the Titans fell.
Hey, it's the last Titan! Did you find the whereabouts of the Titan Slayer?
Yeah, I found out where he is. I think I have a plan. I explained to my allies what the course of attack would be. I let them know how heavily enforced the base is, and that the best thing we could do would be to all focus our energy on destroying the weapon first.
Wow, do you think we'll be able to pull this off?
We have to at least try. Don't worry, as long as I'm here, there's still hope for the Alliance. Everyone started cheering, full of inspiration and drive. We could really do this.
Leader, we want to give you something before the battle.
You want to give me something? The speakerman then handed me an upgrade, and I gratefully accepted their gift. Suddenly, my hearts increased by 10. What is this?
This was the last thing given to us by the Titans. We thought it would only be right if you had it now.
Thank you so much. I feel stronger than ever. Now, it's time to end this. On day 99, we arrived at the Skibidi base, ready to take the fight to them. This is it, everyone. All of our training we went through has led to this moment. Let's go! My allies and I geared ourselves up and stormed the Skibidi base. We made it inside, and I watched as toilets clashed with some other Alliance members. It was difficult, but the hope I sparked within them earlier was driving them to fight even harder than they ever had before. I used my drill attacks to back them all up until the Titan Slayer's voice echoed through the base's loudspeakers.
You fool! My weapon is nearly complete. You won't win this.
We will. Mark my words.
Guys, don't let them get to the final piece of my machine. Kill them all.
As we made our way towards the machine, the giant guard Skibidi stepped forward to defend it. Here comes the muscle. The Titan Skibidis charged in to take us all down, but my allies weren't going to be stopped that easily. Using my Titan sword, I tried to pierce through their armor while my army used their strength in numbers to dwindle the large Skibidi's health. But it wasn't enough.
Sir, what do we do? They're too strong for us.
I've got these guys. Destroy that machine's core.
Yes, sir. Let's go, men. Destroy the core.
My allies charged forward and started tearing apart the weapon core. Thanks to their help, it crumbled to pieces. As I killed the guards blocking my path, the weapon's core destruction caused a rift to open where it once stood.
That rift should take you right to where the Titan Slayer is hiding.
Thanks, everyone. I promise I won't let you down. I then walked into the rift, ready to defeat the Titan Slayer. On day 100, I exited the portal and confronted the Titan Slayer for our final battle.
You may have destroyed the core, but it doesn't matter. With or without my weapon, I'll crush you like all of the Titans before.
We'll see about that. I used my new attacks on him, but it was clear that he was stronger than anything or anyone else I had ever faced in the past. He used his deadly attacks for big damage, but I managed to hang on through it. I won't fall here. As the last Titan, I will win this war. I used my attacks to retaliate against him. We both went back and forth for what seemed like forever. It was truly anyone's game. Suddenly, I managed to dodge an attack which left the Titan Slayer wide open. All I needed was one good shot. For the Alliance! I used my one last powerful attack to finish him once and for all. I had finally killed the Titan Slayer. The Alliance had won the war. I did it!